gentlemen, you are listening to 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio, and you are listening to another episode of The Show. What's up, B-Luv?
What's good?
This is your host, Coach Q, right here, my big bro.
B-Luv, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, B-Luv is in the house. Hey, B-Luv, and we was kind of gone for a week, or an extra week. There was a lot of stuff going on last week, and a lot of sports happened. I mean, I got to watch a lot of sports. I wish I got into baseball a little bit more, watching on TV. I really love watching like games like live. If you go to a major league game, like the stadium, the field and stuff like that, But watching it on TV, man, it's kind of boring, dude.
It is boring, bro.
I mean, when it comes to October. In October, it's fun to watch because the places are packed. Then the TV hypes it up. But then watching a regular season game,
I feel the same way. I never been to a baseball game.
Really?
Never been to a pro baseball game.
So a couple years ago, we remember we was talking about the whole Disney trip I took that time.
Oh yeah.
You guys are talking about that, and you guys were.
Yeah.
But when we went down there, we got to see a Tampa Bay game down there. Me and Raheem. Yeah, we went down to a game down there.
Nice.
I know it's like Mama Jess is always like, hey, what do you guys want to do? And everybody just kind of like, let's make the plan and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm just like, dude, like, we're gonna be in a big city. There might be a basketball game, football game, baseball game, something going on, and there was a game too. And those tickets weren't that expensive, like $20.
Yeah.
And so it was a good experience. And a home run got hit out toward our area out there, so it was pretty cool seeing a ball come on, flying that way.
That's cool.
So anyway,
JR, those guys are Trav, Mallory, those guys are they're thinking about doing a little trip up to the Twin Cities to go watch when the Yanks are in town.
Oh, okay.
So I think they can try to do that. So
that would be a good one.
Yeah, it would be a 3-day one. They want to try to go at least hit 2 of those games.
2 of the 3.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That sounds pretty fun right there. Well, hey, if they do, we're gonna have to talk about that and get some pictures or something like that.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I'll get a hold of them and let them know.
No, and so other sports that I was trying to watch. I couldn't really get into the hockey thing, but when we were out in Las Vegas a couple weeks back, they actually had a game out there, and they were still in the playoffs. And man, it was crazy.
Golden Knights, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Our boy Mayan, he went to a couple of those games when he was out there for work when he was like at his new casino. And they treated him to go in there. And man, the guy's seen his snaps, seen his pictures, and I'm just like, wow. It's crazy.
This is amazing. Hey, we got a special guest just dropped in. DJ Guarantee is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Big Voice Sports Shows.
Yeah.
I know you guys are going to talk about some boxing, so that's why.
We will touch on boxing now that it's the official. Remember we talked about last time? So is it official?
Yeah.
It's official now.
Yeah.
I'm going to see all that stuff with we'll see it. Bud Crawford, Canelo, two of our favorite fighters, right?
Did you guys watch the press conference?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
You know, I've seen other things on YouTube where you guys know as well as I do that those 2 fighters, whoever's fighting, they hype it up. I mean, you got to try to do that, do the face off, push each other, hit each other. You got to do that. But I've seen them actually doing a little interview, talking with one guy, both of them asking about their families and kids, and they're sitting there talking, and they asked Bud how many kids he's got. Bud said like 7. He went like, So I mean, so I see them. So they're sportsmen.
Yeah.
Of course, I like it better when they don't hype it up like that. Just let we all know you guys are big names. We guys both know you guys are really good boxers and 2 of the best to ever do it. And you guys are finally going to fight each other. Just be professional about it. Just go shake each other's hands.
Way back in the day, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, they started all that about all that hype and stuff like that, and they were friends. And they were friends, but they hyped it up so good that they do it today because they still do it because some people that don't really watch boxing, they might say, "Oh man, you see that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that."
Yeah,
so they drawn in.
Well, I tell you, I like watching Pacquiao do his thing because he's always smiling.
Oh yeah,
he's shaking hands and
he's professional.
Good luck to you and stuff like that. So.
All right.
Back in the days, it was the heydays, man. Mayweather, Pacquiao, all those things, and it's getting far in between, man. Like, so I'm really looking forward to this fight, Canelo. September, what is it? 13th is Saturday.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the 12th, huh?
Yep.
That one dude, man. I don't know what they call him. The guy.
The Sheik.
Oh my goodness, man. That guy is. You got to check him out, man. He's a vampire.
Really?
He bought,
I mean,
he
don't
bought,
you think?
He
Did you
bought a
come
new
to-
belt. He's got his belt. You're fighting for that belt and the rest of those belts.
Yeah, but they put a new belt and that's got both their pictures on it.
The way he's talking and stuff, he's like, yes, we're gonna make this happen. I was like, well, the guy is part vampire.
Well, he's on the other side of the world, so he probably don't got his days right and his days
Blah
and
blah
nights right.
blah
yeah.
blah.
For real, man. This guy is.
Hey, my boy Kuna Bass is gonna be out there. He's going to Las Vegas for his birthday, which is the 14th. He'll be out there for a couple of days.
Big
so I
Voice is gonna be covering it.
I know.
Right?
Send us out there.
Big Voice
So
folks.
us.
Put a PTO or a PO number in.
Put a
Let's
PO
get
in
it.
there and let's go. Find those cheap tickets.
You got it, man. It's they said it's hyped up to be for boxing purists. It's hyped up to be the fight of the century, right?
Yeah.
And even in the press conference, he's like, the guy that's producing this, giving him the millions of dollars and stuff, and he's like, we don't want no Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, hitting
And I
around.
was like, what is he talking about, Tom and Jerry? But the mouse and the cat, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Where
yeah.
he's stalking him all night and everything.
Yeah.
Canelo's last fight, that happened, and it would made for some bad boxing. It was horrible. Even the commentators.
That's Mayweather stuff. They say, it's good. He's a good fighter. He hits and he can't get hit. Well, because he's running all the time. Right? then they talk about Canelo. Talk to the Sheik about shrinking the ring, so there's no running. Then I heard there's a knockout. You get extra couple $1 million if there's a knockout. So you're gonna
Knockout
stand there
plus.
and they're like gonna go to blows. I heard there's that fight's anywhere a person sitting around 75 mil.
You think it's gonna be a knockout?
No.
You don't think it's gonna be a knockout?
no.
It's gonna go 12?
I think
Yeah,
it'll
it'll
go
go 12, but it's gonna
You
be
heard it first?
It's gonna be a close one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
I think they're both gonna stun each other.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I think they're both gonna stun each other.
First
Both
couple
quick,
rounds,
both
probably
strong.
first rounds, nothing's gonna happen. Probably maybe
Probably
5
first
punches.
three.
Probably
Probably
yeah.
first three.
First
Probably
three
two.
fight, first 3 rounds.
It's
Yeah.
like in Rocky movies. Remember after the second round, it was like,
Let's go.
go,
Yeah.
hey, Coach Trayvon just
Oh.
now showed up, and he's got until 5:30, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Coach Trayvon on mic. Ladies and gentlemen,
Real quick, predictions?
For that fight?
Yeah.
Crawford and Split.
Crawford and Split. I got Crawford unanimous.
Unanimous?
Yeah, all the way.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Dang, man,
Yeah.
nobody has Canelo? Okay,
No.
all right. All right.
Now, wait, where's yours at? Where's yours at?
Sure, I'm gonna have to go with Crawford too.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him. I always root for the underdog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's got a tall order that night, man.
Yeah,
Canelo.
I think he's got hands of steel, man. He can go get
He's
it.
too smart. He's smart.
What he did say is, "I'm different."
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get a shirt for that when you come down when you're hosting, G.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of our community members / tribal members / coaches / mentors in the building today. We have Coach Trayvon Bear, and also we have
Quince is losing it.
Nick.
Coach Nicholas Sansi. My bad. They are in the house. They're both here. They've both been busy this summer, and we're gonna kind of get into what they've been doing. We're gonna kind of focus this first part of the interview with Coach Trayvon Bear. He's actually been doing a lot more than just coaching lately.
Yeah.
Trayvon, I'm gonna give you a little introduction, then I'm gonna kind of let you kind of take the mic and kind of let us know what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, and who's all been helping. And
Your little
you know,
project.
I want to hear your side of the story on your projects. So when Coach Trayvon here, he coaches. Man, I don't even know what you're doing this year. I know you're doing coaching football. I think you're aiming for girls junior high basketball.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's doing that.
And then what about in the fall or in the spring?
Junior high, in the spring?
Springtime.
What's in the spring? I don't know.
Maybe
I'm doing
track.
junior high. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Junior high, girls basketball and junior high football. And then I'm actually stepping away from high school football I've been doing that for last 5 years, I think, an assistant
Yeah.
coach for a while. So but I'm stepping away just to be around the family. Those drives are a little too much for
Oh,
me
yeah.
lately and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
So
No.
and then right now I'm coaching, helping out with some t-ball for my little boy, and then my daughter's 5th grade kind of AAU team, I guess, TB select basketball team. So
that's kind of like where I was gonna kind of like try to drive this interview and kind of let you talk about the coaching, what you've been doing, being busy lately with your teams and stuff. But also I wanted you to maybe kind of share with the people about what when you started TB Customs and why you started it, and then it's been expanding, you know, since I've ever heard that word TB Customs, you know, and seen some T-shirts out there, and I just want to know where you're going with that, you know, and I see it as an outsider. I see B-Luv's granddaughters playing. A lot of the other girls, the good athletes are all, you know, playing for TB Customs and
TB Select.
TB Selects, and I really am proud of you, Trayvon. You know, as one of your old coaches from back in the day, I just look back and I see, man, this guy's doing some amazing things in our community. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that mic over to you, and I want you to kind of talk about TB Select and TB Customs for us.
Yeah, so TB Customs, it just started as a like a little hobby thing for me to do. I was always kind of like artistic and like drawing and whatnot. Then I kind of put that away for a while. And just like during the pandemic, really, I think that's kind of when I got really bored. So I wanted to start doing stuff. So I seen people were like customizing basketball shoes and stuff. So I kind of started TB Customs by doing that. I customized some high school basketball shoes for some players and whatnot. So just small stuff, nothing too fancy. And then it turned into, I bought a heat press and started doing shirts and bigger orders for everybody, doing like team jerseys, like co-ed softball, volleyball, some basketball jerseys. I think the biggest order I did was for Jeff's boy Dom. I think Dom Tiger. What's he go by? Cortez. He does I can't remember
his basketball
basketball
casting
stuff. Yeah, I did a big order for him. It was like 150 reversible jerseys, so it was like front and back numbers. So
nice.
I was up a couple nights working on that. But then just kind of kept that going, and I'm glad I did that because it kind of fed into me getting the job that I have now as the art teacher at the school.
Oh yeah.
Because I got to use because I didn't finish college. I did 1 year of college, but I got to use my years of experience with my little side business to apply for a teaching certificate, and then I was able to get that and then become the actual art teacher. So
Wow,
Nice.
that's kind of cool. So I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. Took that leap of faith, I guess, and bought that heat press. It's kind of expensive, but it's made me some money here and there. And I've been doing work for Buff every now and then. I know I've done some Warpath jerseys in the past and stuff. So like even these little sticker stuff that I see on your computer, I've done stuff like that.
He did a couple of stickers for me to cover some window cracks on my car. I had to ask me the size tray. I said, go ahead, buddy, hook it up. So he does a good job.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I've just been doing that kind of on and off, I guess, for the last 5 years, TB Customs, and then just going right into the basketball TB Select team that Buff's always bringing up. When I say we, I'm talking about me and my daughter Paige. We wanted to get away from the Whirling Thunder, and not to knock Whirling Thunder or nothing, but like we wanted to get away from. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it, but I'm just gonna say it how I talk about it. Like when kids don't go to practice, like Paige is always one of the first ones to tell us because she always goes to practice, and she'll tell us like come game time, like I don't know why so and so got to play so much. They weren't even at practice, and then we wanted to get away from that. And Paige, being the little competitor she is, we wanted to start our own little competitive team.
Yep.
And then teach them those good habits and focus on that stuff. Make them know like, hey, you got to come to practice if you want to play, because it's not right to the ones that do come to practice every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Sacrifice and whatnot. So that's kind of why we started TB Select, and we've been doing that for like the last 2-3 years. And I want to shout out to Kane and Lala for helping me out this past season. They really took over the coaching reins, and I kind of took it back over this summer and whatnot. But they're always willing to help and whatnot. So shout out to them. And that's been a fun journey. We'd be going down to Lincoln and Omaha. We just had one in Sioux City this past weekend. A couple of runner-up finishes here and there and whatnot. But yeah,
let me kind of just put my little 2 cents in. It was years ago. Like, man, over 10 years ago. I know that we were noticing our kids were going and playing for this club team. They go over here and play for this club team. All of our kids, they were all playing in the summertime, but they're all playing for different club teams. And then going to watch some of these games, because my boys were all playing 2 club teams, and going to watch them is like, man, they're not using him the right way. They're not, and then you notice like other players and how good they are. Like, man, they're not using him the right way. And then you start thinking like, dude, all this money that everybody's spending at all these other communities, these other clubs, why not spend it here? And we don't have to spend that much, and we could just have our own boys or our kids play together like they're going to be in high school. And then if we don't think they can compete, then let's practice hard. Let's get them 2-3 practices a week. Let's get them in there doing different drills that they wouldn't be doing if it wasn't, and so doing what you're doing, that's like a really good idea, because then in a way, you're trying to say it in a nice way, like if you're doing your own thing as a volunteer, kind of volunteer organizer and stuff like that, you can go and handpick the people you need, and then at these basketball camps and these you work at the school, you could catch these kids in PE, see who can play, you're like, wow, look, that person got some skills. Maybe we'll see if she will come over and try out or something, and then you can kind of build your team like that, so you can go play those competitive leagues. You can go play in the highest leagues that they have up there, and I think that's what I'm seeing you guys doing, and I'm really happy you guys are doing it.
We actually talked about that on the show a couple months back about that. The reason why there's different teams and different skill levels. Not knocking on nobody, just saying, you got these ones here that are that can probably play in your gold division, and then you got some ones that maybe haven't grew up around the sport that they're trying to play,
and they want to play.
And so but see, they got different divisions with other kids and on other teams that are at that same level. So it make it fun. Otherwise, if they come up and they play in the higher ups on like a select team, and then they're
getting whooped, and they lose that interest in it. I heard you guys say that a lot.
So we could say this too, like I like how you guys put that about losing the interest, stuff like that, but with these teams right here, Buff said you can put them on any level right here, high level, mid level, lower level, however it is, nowadays the leagues up there, they kind of have a way of determining of what level you should be by the first 3 or 4 weeks,
Yep.
And then they'll do point differential, all that stuff. Anyway, they end up putting you in the right league that you're supposed to be in.
Yep.
But think back, especially you, B-Luv, think back to back in the day. How many? I mean, we've been up in those leagues up there getting our butt whooped every year for a long time.
You have.
No, I'm talking about the kids. We never did. I'm talking about the kids because no interest in coaching because of volunteer work. And then when they would get up there, we would just go up there one day out of the week, no practice, and we get whooped. But I'm finally get tired of that, And so let's be better. Let's make our community better. So we have to open the gyms up. We have to get these gyms open. We got to schedule practice time. We got to have volunteer coaches. And then when we're in practice, we got to teach them how to play ball. We got to teach them the fundamentals. We got to teach them about hard work, team, all that stuff when they're little bitty.
Not just open gym.
No, because that's the way it used to be, just open gym. Open gym. Somebody sit at the door and just make sure the kids were being behaved, and the kids is running games. No, let's teach them something, And that's what we've been doing lately. That's what we all been doing lately, and it's starting to show. And it might not be like our kids are state champs right now, stuff like that, but you see the progress, the potential and the progress, because not only there's no gaps anymore. You don't see those gaps anymore, like we talked about. So anyway, TB Select is like, it's a godsend. I say that about the programs as their godsends, because these girls are not only just going to learn about playing ball and playing competitive stuff like that. I'm sure along with those lessons, there's going to be a lot of life lessons with that, man.
Yeah, and then Trayvon taking his daughter on in that age bracket, it's just, they're all coming into themselves right now, and then pretty soon, I see attitudes with them right now, and there's a couple of them that I see, and my granddaughter's one of them. But as they get into that junior high, then that's even going to amplify too. So then you're going to have you'll know. But he's got a good grasp on everything right now.
And I think that's a blessing for Trayvon and other coaches that are teaching the girls from babies on up, is that they're always going to have, like, he's going to be like a father figure to a lot of those girls. Just like they'll listen to them all the time because that's who they're used to,
Yep.
And then when you talk about attitudes, those coaches, those respected coaches, it's easier for them to tame those, or kind of not calm those, but kind of even those out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When the kids respect them, because they're not like talking behind their back or all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's there's a lot to it, and I'm glad that you're there, Trayvon, because
me too.
Because I saw you coach the high school girls to get to the state tournament, and then now you're working on these younger ones. So I know where your goals are, and I love your goals.
And a 4th place finish down there. Yes, make sure you bring that up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so we talked about TB Select with your basketball squad, and I think the last thing you were saying that you guys, played in some tournaments and you were down in Omaha this past weekend.
Yeah, last weekend.
Last weekend.
No, it was Lincoln. We were in Lincoln last
Lincoln?
weekend. Yeah, I think Lincoln last weekend and Sioux City this past weekend. So, runner-up finish at both spots. So, pretty good turnout for us.
And I got to watch your girls play a couple games up in the city up there.
The one we
this past
watched,
weekend.
the one that we watched,
Yeah.
That's the only game they lost. So,
Yeah.
Black Cat. Quincy's Black Cat again.
This guy here. All right, I'll just, you guys go live. I'll just watch it.
No,
but
yeah, we played a Avera Select. I think they're at a North Sioux Avera Select. Do you know where they're from?
No, I they might be from Sioux Falls.
Is that team in the green?
Yeah. But no, like you guys mentioned, the attitudes and whatnot, and I'm glad Kane was there to do book because he was there to kind of back me up, so to say, when I was kind of getting down on him at the end of the game. They were telling him, hey man, you guys lost. That team wasn't better than you guys. You guys just beat yourselves. They beat you with hustle. They beat you by listening and just stuff they kind of need to hear.
Yeah.
But you really got to watch yourself. Like, they're 5th grade, It's
Yeah,
tough.
they're
You really
babies,
gotta- yeah, they're still learning a lot. So it's hard to kind of coach them how I would coach a high school team, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But so it's fun because it's a whole kind of step back. Not like a step back, but like it's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A calming moment, I guess, for me to kind of,
Wusa?
yeah,
Woosah.
woosah moment. There you go. So yeah, that's fun.
one thing too. I noticed about about coaching your kids, but their classmates too, is that a lot of times you end up treating those other girls like you talk to your baby. You're not gonna be sitting there cussing at your baby and getting mad, but you're gonna be strict and you're gonna be like stern and stuff like that. And I think that's what the other girls need too, because I got the younger girls, the grade below you, and it's kind of the same way. You just gotta try to talk to them nice, but kind of be stern too, because you want.
Yeah, it's good. Like, we got a good group of parents, that kind of we're on the text group chat on the Sports U app, whatnot. But they're all kind of understanding and know what we're trying to do. Like, as far as like, I always tell them, I don't care if we win or lose. I care if we do things the right way, do things we practice on in practice, and if you guys do those things, most of the time you guys are gonna win. And then that's kind of what Kane said after our most recent tournament. He kind of set the bar straight. He's like, hey, we would have beat that team if our attitudes weren't a problem. If we played our game, but we didn't. We don't want to sit here and blame the refs or blame stuff that's out of our control. Just focus on stuff that we can control, like our effort and attitudes and how we respond to things. Like, that's kind of the stuff we try to build off them. So
That team that they got beat by was a 4th grade team.
Oh, really?
And then the next game they played the 5th grade team that's their age, and then they beat them.
both from that Avera Select team. Yeah.
Yep, both in that school. So they played the 4th grade team, the girls that you guys played, and they got them. They got selected. And they were mad.
Yeah.
And you can tell when Cara she was upset, and nothing you can say to them. You can tell them what then they just get madder yet. So I'm just like,
they do get mad. They do get mad, but they kind of like brush it off, or like, I like to think that they take it with a grain of salt and then go to the next, like move on from it,
Yeah.
Because I did, like, I got after him, and Kane was right there, got after him after that game, because like he said, it was a 4th grade team, and I was like, we're supposed to be competitive. Come on, man, you guys, those little things that you guys know how to do. You guys weren't doing them, whatever. It was a 9 a.m. game for us, and that's kind of early, I guess. But then the next game, like you said, we came out, played the 5th grade Avera Select team, and we ended up beating them pretty good. We kind of turned it on, and it was good. So
that's good.
Yeah, that is good. All right, I got just a little how would you say, a little side question from the TB Select. So, do you expect, or do you think you'll be expanding? Then
I actually tried I tried to do the 7th grade team this summer too, because I'm doing junior high,
Yeah.
So I coached the 8th grade, or the girls that are going to 8th grade now.
Yeah.
But they can play in the grade that they just finished,
Yeah.
So I was trying to get those 7th graders that are going to be 8th graders, and if there was interest, I was actually trying to get Cass in them too, 8th grade team or whatever. But there was no. I sent out a packet and everything. There was no real interest, maybe 1 or 2, and just wasn't enough. So
What at that age? I mean, like all those ages, you're competing with the bullets too on getting interest. You know, so what would happen? You know, maybe if you got that out a little earlier, you know, then some of the girls, even some of the girls, you know, not taking nothing away from bullets in Adam James, you know, he coaches our girls that age bracket, you know, not taking nothing away from him, but as far as their practice and stuff, and they go for that, they have to go to Wayne to practice. So, and then last year, or years past, they had to go to Pender. So it was like, it's always, and then they only had like maybe 2 practices a week or something like that. So even that to getting the girls over from here, you know, because I got granddaughters on 3 different teams that they got to practice out there. And it's just like, it's a haul. Yeah. So you know, with the Trayvon getting the select team with that age bracket, you know, if he got it out a little earlier, I imagine he would have had, you know, a team to.
Yeah, and no, I just want to throw it out there too that when we started Warpath, Buff likes like when I talk about Warpath. No, when we started Warpath, it was just one team. We just had one team, and that was it. And those boys are seniors now.
Yeah.
And well, seniors and juniors because those other guys are a little bitty, but they started in 2nd and 3rd grade, and then since then we built it to 4 teams, and then now we have a high school team, a JV team, junior high team, and 6th grade and 5th grade. Well, 4th grade last year, 5th grade next year. So I'm just gonna say, you know, don't give up on the idea. You know, don't give up on the idea. And I personally totally support you. I'd even say with the grade that I'm doing with my daughter's team. I'd gladly go TB select as well too, you know, just to kind of help expand it too, because I know where you're going with it. I know what your goals are and where your heart's at. So I'm definitely behind it. So we can talk about that too. You know, so well, hey Trey, I know that you say you got.
I'm good actually. They got rained
you good?
out, so we were supposed to have practice, but I'll start talking about that. What I actually so.
That was why I just actually wanted to. Yeah, I was gonna say we wanted to hurry up and talk about the T-ball, because I know you guys had a recent like 2 games at home, and you guys, is it T-ball?
Yep.
In
Coach Pitch.
Coach Pitch first, yeah.
Coach Pitch, and then and I know we're having a game here pretty soon, so I'm going to let you talk about your little T-ball team.
Yeah, so I mentioned I'm coaching T-ball. I don't know if you guys found pictures or not on my Facebook, but we're called the TB Cubs. Cubs, obviously, because my last name's Bear, and they're a bunch of little babies. But it's like seventh and younger. I think our youngest is like three, about to turn 4.
Oh, nice.
So it's hectic, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and the main thing that's going along with that is Buff see me and you stop down. I've been working on the ball field downtown, the old ball field downtown, fixing it up and whatnot, and that's just something that I kind of always wanted to do. And there's like progress of that on my TikTok. I don't know if you guys are able to find that or check that out, but it's all on there. I wanted to get on TikTok and just do something. And what my first project, kind of backtracking here, but I actually fixed up the basketball hoops up at the teacherage.
Oh, yeah.
They were all broken and whatnot, glass everywhere, and obviously, you know, my daughter likes to play basketball, and just having that court clean so my kids can go ride their scooter and just other kids can use it too would be nice. So I kind of documented that on my TikTok too, and kind of got a little bit of backlash from it. Just people saying like, it's gonna bring some you're opening the door to vandalism up there. I'm like, and then my thought process when doing it is, or when doing anything like that is like, if you give kids trash, they're gonna treat it like trash, right? So like, you gotta give them the opportunity. Like, if we just keep that same mindset, they're just gonna trash it anyway. Like, if we just keep that mindset, nothing's gonna look nice around here on our res. So my approach to that is just, you know, give them a chance, give them an opportunity to either treat it nice or mess it up, I guess. So
Yeah, give it a chance. Give it a chance.
So, and then with that, fix those basketball courts. Also doing that just so we could have a spot to practice TB select, because we tried getting in the gym at the school, but we couldn't. We were told that only high school teams were going to be able to use it this summer and whatnot. So we've been practicing. We actually had a practice before it started raining today out on the basketball courts at the school.
Yeah.
So we've been using the school there, and then if it ever gets too hot or too muggy, we'll go up to the teachers because it's more shaded there and whatnot. So that was kind of reason I did that. But back to T-ball now. Like I said, I was fixing up the downtown ballpark just so we can have a place to play home games. Just because growing up, I don't remember ever using it for ball games and whatnot, actual games. I don't know if you guys that's probably your guys' time or
Mostly
not.
just batting practice.
Yeah,
huh?
batting practice.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen it with like the lights on or I know there used to be like a concession stand
when
down
we
there.
when we were kids, when Pops and those guys
Yeah.
played down there, yeah. I mean, that was
So it was just always like a dream of mine, I guess, was just to get that like a game ready to have people come out and, you know, just community support and whatnot. And it's
Yeah.
been a good turnout. We had 2 home games already. We got another one tomorrow at 6 o'clock against Lions. So come on out if you're not busy.
weather permitting.
Weather permitting, yeah.
It's
It's
supposed
been
to
our
rain
biggest
for 3
problem,
days.
so.
Yeah, because that one would turn to mud, not like the new ones where they got that different kind of dirt on there.
It's actually been holding up. I mean, because it rained the other day before our game, but you know, Trev and his crew, shout out to them. They came
Yeah.
down and did a lot of work and helped me out.
Yeah.
And then
I'll just say when you get done talking about the field, make sure and give your shout out
Oh, yeah,
to all
yeah,
the
yeah,
people because I know those you wanted to do that. Make sure and let everybody know you're
Yep.
appreciated.
But no, like just did a lot of work to start. I went out and bought stuff with my own money, some brakes, some tools. I actually ordered some bases online with the TV Cubs money that they got a jersey and whatnot and a hat, and then the rest of the money went towards like some bases. We could use some good. Because otherwise we just had the rubber ones you buy at like Walmart,
Oh,
just
yeah.
throw on the floor.
Yeah.
So we're just using those for practice, but we got some good ones that you can stake into the ground and whatnot.
There you go.
But yeah, then like I was getting at, just wanted to shout out Trev and his crew, the HCI crew. They were helping as much as they could. The Village Boys, Gilly and Robbie, and they helped out. Todd donated some stuff here and there, and my brother Travin and my little brother Trinan, they were out there helping me drag it and whatnot. And like Mother's Day, I think it was, we were all bored, so we went down and just did some work on it. And it actually turned out pretty good. My girlfriend too, we painted it on a Sunday afternoon. We were down there painting the dugouts and the backstop. So I don't know if you guys been down there since then. I know Buff's been down there for
Yeah,
a
been
game.
down
but
a couple. Yeah.
it turned out really nice.
It looks good.
good. And we've had, like I said, we had 2 home games, good turnout so far. Reggie, our eats, kind of held down the concessions. He cooked up
yeah.
some food, man. It was good.
Yep. He set up an outfield out
Yep.
there, and
Yep. He set out an outfield and he made some sales, and it's been fun. Had a lot of compliments and whatnot, and I feel like I have to say something. Like it's I feel like some people were kind of trying to take it like like I didn't reach out to Lando Wellness, or I couldn't reach out to Lando Wellness kind of gave us a cold shoulder and didn't give us an opportunity. But honestly, I didn't reach out to him because I knew that one field was kind of closed off, and because that big fence that
Yeah.
replaced, and I already knew like they were getting to their baseball and softball scheduling, so I didn't want to interfere with that. And like I said, I've been wanting to fix up that field for a while anyway, so there isn't like no hard feelings or any bad
Sure.
intentions by doing it, you know. So
Yeah, well, even Pilar reached out to you on Facebook, I believe, too, and has kind of mentioned that if there is something that they can do and get a couple games out there, that she's open for it too. So I mean, that's all good. I mean, but yeah, I know that field down there. I mean, I'd want to play on it just because of all the work you put in it. Just to go down and have them kids run, and then because they're not gonna hit those balls over the fence or anything like that.
No, I actually think I thought that too. Was T-ball games perfect spot for T-ball
Yeah.
games down there.
Yeah.
Perfect spot. I mean, I think the outfield, you can even go post your chairs up in the outfield
Yeah.
out there. stuff
Well, they
like
got
that.
bleachers out there
yeah, that's
too.
what we
Oh,
had
yeah.
set up. We put up some T-posts and ran some string for like an outfield barrier
Yeah.
fence, and then
Yeah.
we put some bleachers behind it. And there's one kid from Emerson. We played on Tuesday or Wednesday. When was it? Monday, Tuesday, I don't know. Recently played Emerson, and he was kind of hitting them out there, and they're rolling past that fence.
Yeah,
Home run,
yeah, I
run
see
it.
this. Yeah. I mean, it rolled past it. It was a
Yeah.
good hit though,
Yeah,
for
it
a little
was.
bitty guy.
Yeah,
That's good. Well, yeah. So tomorrow, if the game holds up, what time?
6 o'clock tomorrow.
6 o'clock.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen out there that are listening on the radio or watching us on YouTube or Facebook, make sure if you aren't doing anything tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock,
Weather permitting.
weather permitting, stop down to the city field. Oh, my wife Jess, she said in our group message, I said, hey, we were gonna have practice at the city field. No, this was at the beginning of softball season, and nobody knew what city field was. Nobody knew what the city field was, and I was like, man, am I the oldest guy on this thread?
Everybody calls it something else. Like, I know Kelly Bung would call it like Jacobs Field because it's right next to Ricky's.
Oh.
And then either the Blue Park or the Blue Park Field on Google Maps, it's called like Veterans Park.
Oh,
It's
really?
weird, like, because then there's Powwow, which is the Veterans Memorial Park, and it's kind of. But we actually, like, I think I left it out. We actually asked the village to use the field and got permission from them, and then I actually painted a sign and whatnot, and we asked the village, hey, what do you want to call the park? And they said like Village of Winnebago Park. So I just shortened it to like the Village Park because it sounds a little
Yeah.
cleaner, you know. So, but that's what that sign reads down there. And then even like when some of our parents are posting it on Facebook, I'd seen some other people, "Where's the Village Park?" And some of them were like, "Oh, down there by the Four T's or something." That some people, not older as you guys, but like older than me or something that they called it like the Four T's or something.
Hey, I'll tell you,
that darn
I'll
old.
tell you a quick story. A long time ago, me and Quince were little. Pops and the guys were playing in a tournament down there, a game.
Oh, yeah.
And then this guy went and walked across the tracks, went over to that green bin, climbed all the way to the top, all the way to the top, scared to come down. Plus, the guys up there crying.
Stuck up there.
Yeah, stuck up there. Pops got mad, threw his glove down, went running across it, come up there. As soon as we got to the bottom, we got foot to butt. Embarrassed him.
Oh, man.
Quince was crying, I wasn't.
Probably costing the game.
Quince is crying.
Quince was crying, holding on to my hand all the way down. I think that's when we were about.
Shouts?
Quince was about
Crying
16.
top of that thing up there.
I think Quince was 16 when it happened.
It's like 3. Buff drugged me up there. I was on like 1.
Gee.
Well, hey. Anyway, so hey, Trevon, I just want to say again, thanks for all that hard work that you put in down there. I know that you don't consider it work especially because of the end result. And then just seeing those kids' smiles and how much fun they're having like that. That's like a reward in
Yeah,
itself.
it is. And if there's anybody that I missed on my shout-outs, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like I covered everybody, but if I missed you, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, hey, so we have somebody that hasn't even said one word in here yet.
We couldn't get you shut up. That's
Oh, you guys talk about yourselves over here. I'm trying to talk about sports over here. But hey, we got Coach Nick Santos in the house. He's up here along with Coach Bear. They've been doing some summer workouts, and so I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk about your summer workouts, Nick, and then what you guys been doing, how many people showing up. You can use this time to tell everybody and remind them to get their butts to training. And then what you guys do the rest of the summer. And I heard you guys got some stuff going on for football too. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you the mic.
So just overall, boys have not been great. A lot of junior high kids. So there's a lot of teaching, showing them correct form and stuff. Shout out to Trey. He holds it down a lot because I can't be down there for the 9 a.m. because I have summer school stuff. So shout out to Trey for holding it down. But then we kind of started thinking about, we're seeing the bigger picture. I see a good amount of boys at the 6 a.m. lifts, and then I know there's probably about 15 to 20 boys that go up to basketball lifts between 10 and 1.
Yeah.
So like just seeing the bigger picture, like that's a lot of boys. Like it's a lot of opportunities for them to lift.
Sure.
Just this past week we made a decision to switch boys and girls, boys to 9 a.m. for the rest of the summer and girls at 4:30 p.m. for the rest of the summer, just because the trends we were seeing, they have better numbers at those times.
Oh, okay.
I see.
That's good.
Good idea.
Yeah, good idea. Because you want to try to get them in there,
What you got to take into consideration too, like your 9 o'clock time to work out. Some of these kids do work.
Summer youth
workers too. So you got to kind of take that into consideration on number wise. Why
You
someone's
guys,
not
you
showing
guys
up.
usually have some kind of a schedule fit for them, right? The ones that work. Or
Yeah.
do they come in during their lunchtime or?
So that's why I usually do about the 6 a.m. lift, just give them that opportunity to come in before.
Yeah.
Because I know it doesn't always fit into their schedule with summer youth. They can't always make it down there, so just try to make a bunch of different opportunities for them to come in and lift.
Okay.
That's one thing we always said on the show too, is when we have those young athletes that come in here, whether they're wrestling or playing ball or football and stuff, we always tell them, lifting's not going to hurt your game or anything. All it's going to do is help you.
You go back and you can go back and ask any old athlete come out of Winnebago.
Yeah.
Anybody that was considered a good athlete or whatever, or even decent, and you can ask them, say, hey, what's your biggest regret?
What would you do different?
What would you do different if
I
I would be
lifted.
lifting weights?
Yep.
I'd have been lifting weights the whole time, And now there's more weight rooms. There's more opportunities, and more of you guys out there trying to pull people in. Because remember, a long time ago, bro, there was only one guy trying to get everybody lifting. That was Punch.
Punchy,
Yep.
Punchy Snyder.
Punch Snyder was the only one trying to get people to lift, and he did it for Darwin
Yeah.
when he was playing football in junior high and high school and stuff, and Darwin ended up being a built dude,
And then probably the best football player to ever come out of Winnebago.
Yeah.
Played for Nebraska, had Tom Osborne standing in his house
Yeah.
recruiting him.
Did you guys get to hear Darwin's interview on here? Before?
I think I watched that one. Yeah.
If you didn't, you guys got to go back. That was a memorable one right there.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So just kind of going off of that was a good point Coach Welsh made to me before. Is you go through all these native schools trophy cases, not just us, Pine Ridge, Lakota Tech, Todd County, all these other native schools, and you see these state titles going all the way up till 1960, 1970.
Mm-hmm.
What team started lifting in the 1970 and made it popular? The Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what all these other bigger schools started doing. They started lifting, so now they're bigger and stronger than all these native teams, and they can keep up with them. They can't just turn everything into a track meet.
Yeah, that's right too. Because even back in our trophy case, the same thing. You see that probably every day walking to school. Well, that's good. That's good. And so you said you guys are changing those times for the summer for the boys and the girls.
Yep.
And then but it's almost football season, so let's kind of get into a little bit of football season. I know that your weightlifting and your other training is all geared towards all the sports, and you guys probably focus more on the basketball ones, and Coach Chris and Jeff and those guys probably, and Aspen are probably working more on the basketball fundamentals and the basketball workouts. So, I guess my question is, I said all that in one.
Yeah, I know.
breath.
Because you're faint over there.
So I know that football's coming up, and you guys got some stuff coming up. So I'm going to let you talk about your guys' football season.
So yeah, I talked to a couple other coaches as well to see if they had any important dates they wanted to put out there. I know football will have our team camp, like our mini camp to get ready for our actual team camp the week of July 7th through 13th or through 11th.
Okay.
And July 14th through 18th will be just open field, open conditioning. We'll leave that open to the athletes, see what they want to do. We're kind of TBD on how we're going to run that. 21st to the 25th is going to be like the week of our camp, so we'll be at Dakota State camp the 21st and the 22nd. The week after that is like our dead week, so we're not allowed to do any team activities
Oh, okay.
for that week. Yeah, and then after that, conditioning starts.
Conditioning starts. Okay, good.
I talked to Coach Sam Kluver. She said she's looking to get the girls volleyball team into a camp up at Morningside sometime this month. And said conditioning will be starting at the beginning of August. And open gyms Wednesday, 12 to 1.
Nice.
Oh man, nice. Hey, I appreciate that. And Coach Sam Kluwer sounds like her first year. I know Sam.
Yeah.
I know Sam. And
She was coach last year.
oh, she was he?
For junior high girls, right?
She helped out junior high. She did volleyball last year too.
Yeah,
right?
she did volleyball last
She was
year.
head coach for volleyball last year.
Oh, nice.
And then, so it's her second year of volleyball, and she helped me out with junior high girls last year too. So.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. Well, thanks for the information, Sam. Definitely, girls, make sure if our parents, if your girls are interested in volleyball, that's who to talk to right there is Coach Sam, and you could probably reach out to anybody at the school to get her information up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're interested, if your girls are interested, get them out there. Get them out there.
We got a couple of comments on our Facebook one.
Yep.
Trayvon's mom, gee, what the heck? She said she remember playing down there when she was a little girl. She said Pops was coaching her back in the day. They're called the Bravettes.
The Brave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Bravettes.
And then Trev says, I got a solution for the outfield fence. So there better be some damn contraption out there somewhere. Trev probably put a bunch of pallets out there and line them up, put flowers on them. Yeah, Trev, good look out. You have to let us know, Trev. We'll have to get you on the show once too.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell everybody that story, Trev, about when you're warming up, hitting that ball into that fence. I'll share it when you get on.
All right, Trev, give me a call. We're gonna get you on here pretty soon. We gotta get your version of the story. But we also gotta get Coach Sam on the show too. And I don't know who the junior high volleyball coach is, but we might as well get them on too at some point. So because like last year, I think we might have just talked to a couple of volleyball girls. I think when they got all conference or something like that. But we need to get those girls involved on the show too, so we can kind of give them some spotlight stuff.
Sure.
So anyway, football season's coming up. What is the season? What does it look like? What's your team look like? I know you guys got a returning.
Pretty much everybody coming back.
Pretty much the whole line, yeah.
Your guys' line this year, oh my gosh! And you guys even got another big dude coming down too, Chris Perez.
Oh yeah. Does he play football though?
Yeah.
Does he?
The G boy, Ashton, Jared. There's 5 guys right there. That line right there.
I seen Tiny Baby posing the other day with no shirt on up there.
Yeah.
Big boy.
I'm telling you,
He's about big as Doxy. I mean, bigger than Doxy now.
Yeah.
Big fella. That's gonna be crazy. A scary line right there.
So I know you're excited about it. So I want you to talk about your team a little bit.
So it's like a little bit up in the air right now. We're kind of trying to fit. Like at this point in the year, we're like, okay, we need to figure out who's got a pulse right now.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
guys are taking the summer a little easy, taking some time off. I know a lot of them are multi-sport athletes, so just kind of taking some time off to rest their bodies. We did have our meeting earlier this week to kind of hand out our stuff for camp. Not a whole lot of guys, but I talked to a lot of them. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was up at the arena for games. I know a few of them are out of town, so at least heard from them on whether or not they're gonna go to camp." But yeah, we have a huge returning senior class. I think we have 12 seniors.
Jeez. This
Compared
is
to what, 2 last year?
3 last year.
This has got to be it this year.
And
I'm going all the way.
And I think you guys are getting a couple of guys from the cross country team too, because I think Rakeem's going for football this year too.
Yeah,
So
that'd be nice.
Wide receiver right there.
yeah, he grew so much. He's like 6'1", 6'2" now, man. He's got long arms. He's athletic too.
He
so
got long hair
make
too,
him
so
work.
he's about 6'5".
Just shape that hair into
Yeah,
a helmet.
yeah.
No, but yeah, so make him work.
What
Make
about
him work, man? No, Rakeem cross country. He's shooting for state this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's shooting for state. That's his goal this year.
I made a mistake when I was talking about Robin saying this. Your grandma. That's who it was. Is that what you get when you read that right there?
Yep. Remember
Okay.
Mom's team.
Yeah. So,
Gaga Darlene.
Gaga Darlene. Yes, I remember. She used to be the one that we always give shout outs to for our some of our
Past relatives?
and we always give a shout out because was she the one that always give popcorn balls or
Yep.
pizza or something
Yeah.
like that?
Popcorn balls.
Popcorn balls. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Mom still does it too.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
say Robin does that now. So
See,
yeah.
Robert, you got to pull some of them seeds out though. This guy's getting old, man. His tooth might fall out now.
Yours.
You only got 4 regular ones.
Oh my goodness. All right, so get back to this football thing. I know that you guys, man, come up short last time, double overtime, man. So yeah, so I know that I remember that the night of that game, the championship game. I remember talking with some of the players, and I was telling them, just like I say in basketball season, remember how this feels. Right now, just let it sink in and remember this, because if you don't want to feel like that again, then you guys got to work extra hard from now until next year. So.
Remember we talked to the boys too up here before the game.
Yeah, before
and we
the
told
game.
them about discipline. You guys need to, if they're talking, you guys let it go. You guys just, let's go. Let your football, let your playing do that. In one ear, right out the other.
real.
Because wasn't there so many penalties in that game?
I don't
Remember
think
the
there
game
was
took-
no unsports on our end. I don't remember there being much, or if any.
There was a late hit by Raiden one time, but I don't know. I think they kind of over exaggerated a little bit. But
Yeah, they did. Those referees, we were watching that game. Took like 4 hours.
Yeah.
That game because there's so many but both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides. They're just like boys will be boys, especially native boys, chirping.
I'd say
just
outside of the whistles, though, there wasn't a whole. Outside of the whistles, outside of plays, there wasn't a whole lot of dirty anything going on
No.
between it. It was just physical football.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of holding and a lot of because they're they're not gonna be. Yeah, that was a good game. It was long.
It
but
was.
You could take half those penalties out. That would have been one.
There's a guy that did an article on the All Nations conference, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched it. It's on YouTube, but he mentioned our past 2 championship games, have been the best games of all time in that league so far. So
Wow,
that was kind of
nice.
cool. It's like, oh, this is the greatest game ever played, even though it's been a couple of years. But I thought that was pretty cool. And it was.
It's good to get
hell of a
props
game
from other
last year.
people, It's good to get props from other communities in different states and everything like that, Because, honestly, we talk about this too. Winnebago out there in Sioux Country, we're known as a basketball school. That's what we're known as. And lately, we've been showing them that we're a football school too. So
wrestling. And
oh
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
And now that we're doing all this stuff, heck yeah,
Yeah.
So
I'm glad all these you got different athletes that we're known as a basketball school, but a lot of them, they like, maybe they don't like basketball. And then
Yeah.
pretty soon then they excel at wrestling and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm like, let's go.
Esports.
Esports, yeah, the esports too, yeah.
Shout out to
It's
Bills.
crazy.
Man, I
Shout out to
couldn't-
Bells.
Yeah, shout out to my Bull Bills.
Well, hey, so
he needs a shortstop. That's all.
I'm not running no team this year. So.
Oh, okay.
so hey, you guys, coaches, I'm gonna give you guys opportunity to kind of like maybe kind of sum everything up about what you got going on. We'll go Trayvon, Nick, if you guys want to go ahead and just do a closing on it. Then before we close, we're gonna talk about NBA real fast.
No, I was
That's-
what I was
that's-
gonna do. I was expecting that.
I knew you were gonna say that,
It's
that's
gonna
right.
be
Time.
it, so.
I look at the time.
You guys want to do that first? And then
Let's do
we'll
that
do
right
it.
now.
Okay.
Let's do that first.
All right, so obviously now everybody knows Oklahoma City won the championship, and they went 7 games.
Is that
It
your
was
team?
it
That
was
was my team.
I really enjoyed the series myself, and the whole one. Game 1 was memorable when the Halliburton hit that shot. They didn't lead the entire game until the last 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
That was huge. And I think that set the tone for the rest of the whole series. And then I was saying from the very beginning, I hope it goes 7 games. I don't care who wins.
Yeah.
Because game 7, that's NBA Finals. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
You don't want to see no blowouts and sweep somebody. You want to see stretch out. So, but I was pulling for the Pacers though.
Let's see.
I was pulling for the Pacers.
That's because they snap your Celtics up, right?
Yeah, Eastern Conference.
Just real quick, I want to say about that. I'm talking about Halliburton's injury. He was there were 3 people this year that blew out the Achilles in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And that's like the worst. Probably like the worst.
I think it was this season. I
injury.
don't know. It was in the playoffs. What was this season?
No, I thought
No,
it was
it was
3.
playoffs.
It was just
Was it
the
playoffs?
playoffs because Dame Dollar did his,
First
Tatum?
round.
Tatum and Halliburton.
Yeah.
Damn.
And did you guys know that every one of them wore the number 0?
Yeah, I saw that too. That's
Yeah.
crazy, huh?
Black cat. That's crazy stuff.
It's on me again.
Yeah, just because you wish that on Tatum. Hey, that guy.
No, but you know what? Okay, I heard a podcast that they were talking about those injuries. I don't know if you guys heard it, but they were saying this is somebody's not conspiracy, but this is their theory of why is these AAU games.
Oh yeah.
They're playing so many games compared to back in the day.
Yeah.
They're playing all these AAU games, and then they're playing all summer long. Every weekend.
Not letting your body rest.
practice. No, not letting your body rest at all.
Well,
And-
Tyrese Halliburton played over 100 games this year.
Yeah, and then not to mention the practices.
Yeah.
And then not just the 100 games, but you got practices for the Olympics. You got practices for everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were all on the Olympic team as well,
Yeah.
going all the way back to the last summer.
Yeah, all those guys. So I think that's huge. You think about it like that's kind of like common sense, but there's got to be the science behind it too. Like you gotta let your body rest.
I just seen that right before I came up here, and that was which one said that in that podcast that they do. The 2 guys that was
Steven Jackson,
but the other one,
Matt Barnes.
Barnes, yeah, he's the one that
Oh
said
yeah,
that.
he's the
Yeah.
one who said that.
Yeah, he's the one.
And he brought that up, and he was really sincere about it because his kids play, his twins, they play AAU. They've been playing AAU ever since the little bitty guys.
Yeah.
So now he's concerned about his boys,
Yeah.
And that's just true talk. He's
Sure.
he's probably gonna know that and just make his kids rest in the off season or something. Maybe not let them play ball. Maybe just kind of work out or something. But
Yeah, just
I mean, that makes you go think about the European basketball model, which is practice 6 days a week, game one day a week. How many European players do you know that have gotten injured regularly?
yeah,
Dirk played 20 years, never serious season-ending injury.
Ginobili,
Nobly,
all the guys.
Jokic.
Yeah,
yeah.
man, it is. Man.
That's what they said. That a lot of the times, what's his name came in, plays for the Lakers now, Luka, and they said when Luka been a pro since he was 16 years old playing pro ball, but those guys, those Europeans, all they do is practice. They don't have AAU. It is practice, and they learn their basics. They learn your fundamentals. He said it's easier to score in the NBA than it is in the European League. It's easier to score buckets. Ain't no defense.
Yeah.
Ain't no defense in the NBA. Hate today's NBA.
And bro, David was just on the show a couple weeks ago, and that's what his schedule was too. They practice for a whole week, and they have one game.
Yeah.
And then they practice a whole week, and they have one game. You know.
And he shared a lot with us about being playing overseas and stuff, about being levels of where they're at. And then he was probably at just for instance, say there's 5 levels. And then Baby Dave was probably sitting at the third level, fourth or third. Then he's talking about another level with like Spain, and then another level with another country, and then you get the Euro League. So he said there's millions of ball players out there doing that stuff, and he shared some stuff, and he was like, man, asked him if he knew how to speak Spanish. I catch some of it, but not when it goes and start getting fast. He said, I can't.
Yeah. So were you guys satisfied with the results of the playoffs though? No. I know you watched the right? You watched. I know you say you don't watch it that much, but
No.
Finals, not even the finals.
I watched maybe the first 2 games, and I didn't watch it, and partly because my Hulu got shut off.
Oh yeah. This guy's tight. Boy.
Yeah, so I'm staying off the Husky games, and I'm gonna turn it back on.
How are you, Trey?
I watched a little bit of it. That game 1, I was watching it till about the third quarter. Then that's when the OKC pulled away and said, I'm going to bed. And I wake up the next morning and see, like, what you said, they led for 3% of the game or whatever. Halliburton, I was like, damn. So I'd tune in when I would. If I wasn't too tired, I'd tune in and watch a little bit. But yeah, I was rooting for the Pacers. I like Halliburton's game. He's a real team player, and whatnot. And Shea's kind of, without the flopping, I like Shea's game. It plays how a coach wants you to play. Attack the basket, draw fouls, and he's somewhat of a team player and whatnot. And he's a Kobe fan too.
And definitely don't not do the mid range. He's a mid range.
Oh
shooter,
yeah,
man.
that too. Yeah.
You know what the thing is too? I mean, you could just be like anybody else. You could be cheesy and shoot all the time. He knocks his shots down all the time. You don't hardly miss.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he does.
Good shot
And I
selection.
feel the same way. I don't like him flopping but he gets the fouls. That's what James Harden did. So they changed rules so James Harden can't get whatever. So now watch, they're gonna change it up for this guy to be flopping around like that.
I think he dribbles in and he pushes off all the
A
time.
little bit, and then when they kind of
But the refs kind of leave it because he's MVP. I think that's.
It's that rip through. It's the same thing that's the same issue they had with James Harden, going all the way back to Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Don't reach.
Yeah, don't reach.
Yeah.
Don't reach.
Yeah.
See too many people like as they're playing defense, they got their hand on something. Just slapping at it.
Well, I see that you do pull that ball. It's like what he did. He reaching out there, then he can pull that ball right into your arms. I used to do that
They
30
do.
years ago.
Bro, they do that nowadays where like somebody's got their hand in a cookie jar.
Yeah.
And they don't have the ball in their hand, but they just go up for the shot with one hand. They'll pull
Yeah,
his arm down.
yeah.
They get the
I've
call.
been doing that 30 years ago.
Buck playing dirty 30 years ago.
I never played dirty in my life.
All right, hey, we wanted to do some final shout outs, ladies and gentlemen. B-Luv, do you have any final shout outs for anything?
Just another shout out to Trayvon and his brother Trev and his helpers on there for doing that to that little field down there, and then even Trev and HCI boys. I guess they got the bid, I guess you could call it, to do the new fields to get them back looking.
Land of Wellness.
Land of Wellness, yeah, to get them back looking good again.
Yeah.
So so shout out to the boys, man. You guys, you guys are the dudes, man.
Yeah, it's that summer work. Good job. Trey?
Just kind of staying there. Shout out to my family for helping me out with that little project we're doing, getting it done. Shout out to my girlfriend. She kind of helped out a lot too. Shout out to you guys. I brought you guys something. Shout out to you guys. Well, I brought the studio something. So
There you go.
you guys can hang it
Can't
up.
fit that.
I know, Buff can.
Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Check that out right there. Oh,
That's right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
you got
Yeah,
that? That's right, right?
You guys can hang it up. Hanging it up. And then, shout out TV Cubs. We got a game, last home game tomorrow at 6 o'clock. If you ain't busy, swing down by the ball field downtown. So come on down.
All right, just so happened that me and Buff got something for you guys, too.
So yeah, you guys got we usually give these to like an athlete of the week, but we'll give these guys just for doing what you guys do.
Yeah, that represents the show today and all the things you guys do in the community, all the help you guys do. So, hope you guys hold on to that with pride. I don't know if you guys ever got one before yet, but
Nope.
we try to give those out, like Buff said, to all the athletes
Second
of the
time
week.
on.
People have been doing good,
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you guys, man. Nick, any last shout-outs?
Shout out to all the strength conditioning staff, Trayvon, Markel Harlan, Christian LaPointe, Jeff Barrage, making the time within your day to create those opportunities for the kids. Something I did want to make note of, I forgot to mention earlier, was Coach Harlan did have some notes that she's had about 25 different girls coming and going between weights conditioning. Super great numbers. They're doing open gym for the rest of this month.
Okay.
Okay, good,
But
good.
yeah, just shout out to all the other strength conditioning coaches.
Cool.
All right. Hey, then guys, I'm gonna give a shout out to all you guys in the studio. DJ Best Me, she's on the ones and twos. She's been getting everybody through on the Facebook and YouTube. All the shots you see of the guys in the studio.
She's also turning microphones on time.
Oh, yeah. she let Buff talk on the mic this time.
She cutting you off sometimes?
Sometimes she don't turn me on. Sitting over and rapping, talking, and can't hear myself.
But I do want to say thank you, B-Luv, for your help in the show. It seems like every week we kind of come in with a different angle at a different sport, at a different different people, and you always have my back on these questions and these interviews and stuff too. So Pinigigui.
Oh.
And then like I said before, you guys, I really appreciate you guys' work in Winnebago. I'm kind of old school, so I look at you young guys as being like people that are gonna be taking over us old guys' positions when you get here. And then you guys been doing, or lately you guys been doing the stuff that some of us old coaches been doing a long time. So we really appreciate it because, man, we can't do this forever, and just to see our kids being in good hands is good for me to say and be content, at this age. So I want to say Pinigigi to you guys.
Yep.
Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to you for joining us today on the show. We'll be back again in 2 weeks and give you guys another update on all the Winnebago sports and other local stuff. I know we're going to be talking about this upcoming tournament out in Hawaii that we're going to be going out to. We're doing a lot of fundraising for that trip out there. Warpath High School boys, they're juniors and seniors this year. They'll be going out there and representing the Winnebago tribe. So look out, make sure and keep your eyes out for all the fundraising that we're going to be doing. We are also going to be hosting junior high boys, junior high girls, high school boys, high school girls, a basketball tournament right here in Winnebago on the weekend of July 11th and 12th and 13th. It's going to be a 3-day tournament. Right now, I only have one team left in the boys division, 2 in the girls for high school, and then I do got a couple spots in the junior high boys and girls. So if you guys know any native teams out there that you guys want to come down to Winnebago and represent, and when you want to watch them play ball, get a hold of them or get a hold of me, and let's work it out. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for listening to the show on 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio.
That's a wrap.